We will introduce the gas fire control unit, QM210 operation and debugging. The first part is the operation interface and operation panel. On the left is the 4.3-inch color LCD screen. The operation panel on the right is divided into two parts. Above is the work indicator light. When there is a fire alarm, startup feedback failure, etc., the corresponding indicator light will be lit to indicate that the host has an exception. Below is the operation button mainly used as the debugger field. This is the control unit. Manual automatic transfer switch. Set the status of the gas fire extinguishing zone. You can select the state of the partition with the key switch. Zone indicator indicates the status of the zone. Audible and visual start-stop buttons manually start or stop gas. No zoned sound and light alarms. Abandonment delay. Displays the abandonment delay time. Emergency start button. Start the solenoid valve in the zone to vent gas under manual or automatic condition. If the gas release process has started but is in the delay period, press the emergency stop button to stop the release. The next step is host debugging. We can debug through the operation panel key, and you can also connect the mouse to the host to operate. Let's use the mouse to demonstrate. First, we hit the star key. Enter the password 26582231. Then click OK. The keyboard light is lit. Then we click on the menu. Enter the settings screen. Let's start by clicking on System Settings. Enter the building settings. At this time, we should choose the corresponding building according to the actual situation of the scene. Put a check mark after the building number. If there is only one building in the project, we can register at the back of the building and tick the box. Then click OK to save. Then click on System Settings again. Enter into Floor Setting. Select Building No E that we set before. Then we register the floors we need in Building E. Let's say that our project only has 1B3 floors, so we find floors 1B3 for registration. Then confirm to save. Because this alarm host is mainly used in the gas fire extinguishing system, so we need to set up the gas fire zone. Click on Bus Settings. Set parameters of gas fire extinguishing zone. Select E-partition. Set parameters for partition E, including setting sound, light and solenoid valves, manual gas release setting, compound fire alarm and gas release setting and linkage module setting. If there is no special requirement, we do not need to modify it here. Then cancel and exit. Next comes the most critical bus device setup. Click on Bus Settings. Enter the detector module settings. The first item here is the address number. The second item is the registration option. A cross means unregistered and a tick means registered. The third and fourth items are type settings. The type set here should be consistent with the field device. So let's first set up two common equipment for gas fire extinguishing systems. Let's set number 1 to smoke detector and number 2 to heat detector. Then it is the building number and floor number settings. Because we only have one building registered, so not need to change the building number. We change the floor number to the installation floor of the equipment. Let's say it's level E, so change all the levels to E. Then click the arrow and pull to the right. The output mode and the work mode do not need to be modified. QM210 has a fire extinguishing zone setup. If this equipment is a gas fire extinguishing system, then we set the fire extinguishing zone as E. If not, we can just set with U. Finally, the location description of the input device. Let's start by clicking on the address we want to change. In the initial state, we entered a number. Press the key to switch the input method. They are pinyin input method and alphabet input method. Use the backspace key to delete the number first. Then switch the input method to the letter input method. Input address. Press link to confirm. Once the input is complete, click OK to save. Finally, I would like to introduce the online coding function of this gas file control unit. First, connect the device to be coded to the loop bus. Make sure it's the only device you connect to the loop. We've connected a light and sound alarm to the loop. Then click on Special Operations. Enter the encoder function of the terminal address encoding. We can choose the encoding way. Now it's called auto-increment E. We can choose encode. And then select the address number and we'll set it to number 3. Click and run. When the screen is displayed successfully, the coding is complete. We can also choose to read the code. Then click Run. Now you can view the address number of the device. If the number is 3, the device has been coded. Click Exit to exit settings. You can visit https://3w.vedrd.com/forum for more guide.